Imam Suleiman, you know Dr. Afia, and she's in America, and you are Imam here. So what's going on with her, and what you guys doing as a Imam, as a Muslim for her?
Well, we have the greatest injustice in the case of this woman that is unrectified, that is causing deep pain to everyone that has followed her case for so long, but none more so than her family. And I think that for many years, um, her case has disappeared from the conscience of most people. But there is a renewed interest, especially as we're seeing once again a heightened climate of Islamophobia and the return of her sister, Dr. Fozia, here to Dallas to visit her. I think everyone wants to see this come to an end. Everyone wants to see her return home to be with her family. And I think that for us, we preach about injustices that happen at a global scale. Right now, what's happening in Palestine is front and center. But as an imam, I often try to remind people that an injustice towards one person is an injustice to all of mankind. And so the persecution of this one woman is like the persecution of the entire world. And it may be that through our efforts to bring justice to this one woman, that we gain the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and that injustice is lifted from many more.
So what do you give the message, especially the community, Muslim community living in United States, what they have to do?
In the post 9/11 climate, the entire community was shocked and was put into a state of paralysis because the idea was be quiet, condemn when asked, and do not make any move that could bring your institution or your individual life under added scrutiny in a post 9/11 climate. But we have realized over time that, no people within our community have faced a greater compounded form of stigmatization and alienation than Muslim political prisoners. Because any organization or institution or Muslim group that associates with a political prisoner that has been stigmatized with the accusation of terrorism in particular will automatically be dressed with that accusation as well. We cannot allow them to shackle us with fear. We cannot allow them to distance political prisoners that have wrongly been accused of terrorism because of the fear of being stigmatized ourselves. When we allow for this poor woman who clearly has not been given justice to be treated this way, then that is a stain on the entire Muslim community. It's a stain on the United States of America. I speak also from that perspective as an American. It's a stain on the political system here. It is a stain on every single human rights organization that has not yet sufficiently raised its voice for Dr. Afia. It's a stain on our collective conscience. And so, we've tried before, different routes, but we need the entire public to be behind this case. We need everyone to raise their voices. We need everyone in Pakistan to demand that Afia comes home. And we will continue to do our part here to make sure that she is not, persistently silenced and taken away from us as a community.
This is America, and you just heard, the Dr. Afia attorney just said that she raped here twice. So what do you say about that? This is a very ridiculous thing, happen in United States, and they are saying that we are champion of the human rights.
Yeah, well, America's moral discrepancies have been on full display for the world today, and this is just another example of that, unfortunately. Sexual violence is the most evil form of violence to be perpetrated against someone, and for there to be evidence now at this point that it has been perpetrated against Dr. Afia, who has no business being in a prison cell here in the United States in the first place, is just a reason for added outrage. I think that that simply means that there should be a greater urgency to rectify the situation, to free her from captivity, to give her a fair opportunity to be with her family once again, and to clear her name from the ridiculous charges that have been placed upon her.
You have access to White House. So, as an imam, like what you said that what you gonna do personally for Dr. Afia?
Well, I don't know that I have access to the White House, but we certainly have protested the White House. This administration is an administration that we are not proud of, that is actively complicit in a genocide right now against the Palestinians. But if it wants to show in any way that it cares for the human rights of individuals here or abroad, then this is a case that many human rights advocates have pointed out is probably the worst injustice at an individual level of prosecution that we have ever seen here.
Thank you so much, Imam.